first let me give you some evidence from Scripture. There are several words that are used in Scripture for the word hell. So in the Old Testament you have the word Sheol, which generally refers to the dwelling place of a person after death. There is some variation as to who goes to Sheol, but it's usually a place seen as opposite to heaven. And then you come to the New Testament and there is the word called Hades. And Hades is used as a synonym for death and the grave. But the key word for hell is the Greek word Gehenna. And this is a word that is derived from the Hebrew, and it means the valley of the sons of Hinnom. Valley of the sons of Hinnom. So it is a valley along the southern slope of the city of Jerusalem, and it has a very interesting history. There were at least three ways that the meaning of this valley changed over time. It started off with pagan sacrifices. In the Old Testament, there were sacrifices that were made to pagan gods. And so there were at least two kings by the name of King Ahaz and King Manasseh that offered their children as sacrifices in the Hinnom Valley to the gods of Baal and Molech. So you see, it has a very sordid beginning. And then as time went along, the city's garbage was burnt in this Hinnom Valley. And so it was used as a site for garbage. And as time went along, it came to be known as a place of punishment for sinners. So when Jews discussed the afterlife and punishment and rewarding, they employed the image of this smoldering garbage dump to indicate hell. So throughout the Old Testament, Hinnom became closely associated with corpses and death and punishment, and therefore it was a very fitting image for eternal punishment in the afterlife when God would judge the wicked. You come to the New Testament, and very interestingly, Jesus, who came from heaven to earth, had more to say about hell than he did about heaven. And that is very interesting. One of the key passages of Scripture which we will look at today is the story of the rich man and Lazarus. Many people think this could be a parable, but it is unlikely a parable because there is the mention of a personal name in the story, the name of Lazarus. So it is unlikely to be a parable. So there is plenty of evidence from Scripture for the existence of hell.